Hello, 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 hello. Give me a minute. I'm working on something. It is time for my yearly. I think I've done this the last 2 or 3 years, where I go live for the 4th of July. Normally, I'm outside on my phone, and this year I don't feel like going outside and standing around yibba yapping on my telemophone. Um, I just have zero interest in standing outside listening to fireworks. Sorry. Listening to some fireworks and then, um, eventually going inside and going, I think, live like this. Yeah, I think I say this every year, but I hate fireworks. Uh, really, really hate fireworks. You can probably be here. Oh, yeah, you're probably hearing them in the background. Let me see if you're hearing those boom, boom, booms. That's loud enough. You're hearing them. Hey, Russell. Yeah, I'm an anti-fireworks guy. Yeah. God damn, I wish they would outlaw fireworks. You light even a weak firework, you get 20 years of time. That's how it should be, right? That's the way. That's the way we like it. Bum, 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 bum. Uh, let's see. Looking at. See if Bones shows up, because Bones asked me a question that I could answer. So if he shows up and I will answer. So Bones of Yakety Yaks. Gotta see, test the sound in case I decide to watch a movie. No. Are you guys hearing the war zone in the background? War. Boom, 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 boom. Now we got. So people normally set them off in front of the house. Normally they have weak ones. This year they're setting them the weak ones off in the front of the house, and the strong ones in the backyard, which is freaking causing all the houses in the area probably to vibrate and shit. No more monsters. Ugh. So, see if I add no more monsters. Yeah, I've only seen one of those movies. I guess they didn't do enough. Those movies didn't do enough. I've seen bits and pieces of the others, but they didn't do enough to grab my attention. Huh. Yeah. Let's see. My channel's not showing up. Windows got safety on. Bum 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 bum. No, I'm looking for something. No more tears. Trying to find something so everybody's having a good night. Yeah. I'm sure you guys heard that one. That's a few houses down. How come I type in no more monsters? Nothing's coming up if I type in channel. So I'm trying to find something here. Let's see. Let's try. Yep. So I'm trying to find something. F30. I tell you, I should be more than. Sir, the son of a bitch. Yeah, and I heard that Supergirl movie bombed hardcore. That it just that she was running her mouth, so pissing people off too. The actress who played Supergirl. I had my doubts about that movie. Seems I was right to have my doubts about that movie. And oh, you're turning that. Well, you see, Russell, my father had this saying. So when you turn 50, you're supposed to count backwards. So if we go by that logic, Russell, you're not turning 70, you're turning 30. But my saying is that maybe you can be like fine wine. Wine is supposed to get better with age. You can just say you're like fine wine. You're getting better with age. So I found one of my channels. Why is it not? Sorry, I'm trying to find my other channel. My Echo Zombie channel. Okay, 1 minute. Sending someone a message. So I'm trying to freaking find something. So I feel you, Russell, because I feel like when you get older, you hit that number. You hit 40, everything starts to fall apart. Can't imagine. So I'm looking at my Echo Zombie channel because it's not letting me find my No More Monsters channel. Maybe I should type in my other name. But yeah, Russell, turning 30, man. We're gonna say you're wise beyond years. With age comes wisdom. Unless your name's Echo, then it doesn't come with. Oh, there we go. 1 minute. It's on its way, Sub Bones.
We're gonna go. I was playing.
I wonder, could I? This is gonna be trippy. How would this look? This is gonna be trippy. Woo, 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 woo. Just turn that off. Yeah. Oh, hey, Bones.
Hello.
Hello. To answer your question, GTA 5 was released on PS3 and Xbox 360 originally. And then it started playing the porting game because it got ported to PS4 and Xbox One and PC, and now it's on PS5 and Xbox Series SX, which to me, for some reason, whenever I say SX, I think of, sex,
Sex. Yeah, it's confusing. I started looking at the GTAs, and there's like 15, 16 games when they start talking about the side mission ones they made, like, I don't know, Ballad of Gay Tony, and then there's like 3 or 4 other names like that.
Yeah,
and then
that's
I swear
why
when I was trying to figure out what the game was before GTA 5. I didn't know if it was called like Sand something or Lost something.
It was actually GTA 4 was before 5, but the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost in the Dam were expansions DLCs for 4, but eventually they released them as like the own game where you can pay them separately without getting, having to go buy it.
Yeah, I had to watch a couple videos to learn all this, but I'm not really interested in those side missions. I was just curious what the main series was and what came out before GTA 5. And I swear when I was searching GTA 4, I kept seeing releases. I kept seeing PlayStation 2 cases. I was like, what the fuck? There's that big of a stretch between the last game and the latest game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're looking at, okay, GTA, Cody's in the chat. He could probably help. GTA 5 was, 2013? And here we are.
I was about to PM Cody earlier because he's a big gamer when I couldn't get a hold of you at first.
I don't know, Cody. I mean, I'm waiting to see if they do have an online mode. They have this thing now for GTA Online where you can get a mansion that's supposed to have an AI that's supposed to help you do stuff.
That's just $99. I'm not buying that, and I don't even have a PS5. And then want to make it all digital, fuck that.
Well, yeah, but I got this AI voice for GTA 5 and the online mission. You get a mansion. Whoever they pick to do the voice for the female one is extremely horny. Because if I load into my mansion, the first thing I hear is, "Hi, Daddy." I'm like, oh god.
Well, the only GTA game I ever played was 5, and I was curious what the last one was and what system it was on. And my wife's in there trying to clean out and get my PS3 to work. And I was curious what the last game was and to check it out and see what it was like.
Yeah, well, Ben, they're probably going to do the same thing they did with GTA 5, and you can be able to switch between the two. And yeah, they're talking about, again, they're going to talk about closing down the store, the digital store for PS3. They did that before. They had such a big thing about it that they backtracked about that. Now, Rockstar's got to be laughing at what's going on with PlayStation. PlayStation is getting dogged. Like this.
GTA Online is all I played, Cody. Only storyline I played was the part they made you play before it would let you go online.
And then they
do this part, do that part, and let me online.
Then they released it now where you can either get just the story mode. There's 3 versions of it. You either get the story mode, the online mode, or you get both. I have just the online mode for PS5 because back playing with people on on GTA Online. You ask them, "Have you played the story mode?" No.
Well, in GTA, if I didn't want to be bothered by people, I'd just stay on a private session, whatever the hell you call that, private lobby. I mostly love to fill my garages up and make cars. I have like every damn car from Fast and Furious.
And now they have some of they keep removing cars for you to get, so they can put in other cars. So I have a few that you can't get anymore.
Yeah, after I stopped playing, I seen they finally added the damn Mustang 5.0, which John Cena drives in the latest Fast and Furious, and it's my favorite Mustang. After I stopped playing,
I don't think what did they just added some, did they? Every time they add a new thing, they just add some. So they just oh no, they're going to be adding the heist, um, art heist for it. But I mean, people aren't happy with you're going to spend anywhere from $80 to $100 before tax for essentially a case that's going to have a piece of paper with a code on it.
it's stupid.
And I think there's going to be special editions where you can get like physical items because they like to do that. I'm just watching a video on like some of the collector items they had. Like they had one for Resident Evil, was it 7, where they had a copy of the house that's supposed to light up, but there was an issue that some of the people got them that
Boom, boom.
where like it was smelling bad. This stuff like. Do you ever hear about the Fallout leak? They released Fallout Online, and they had this version of the game was supposed to come with a canvas bag. It ended up not being a canvas bag. It was some cheap like nylon bag, kind of like the ones we would get for school that would last maybe one school year before they would fall apart. So they told people, okay, you have to come in to this website, go to this website, give us your information, and we'll send you an actual canvas bag. Only they end up having a problem. When people would enter the information, they'd hit submit, they'd get taken to a separate website that would have people's real names, the phone numbers, and the addresses. And it was like, oh, fuck you idiots. That was Fallout 76. They had that leak. It was like, oh my God, all that information. Fallout 76, I heard, is not that good. I played a little bit of it. I think I was the one who was all hyped for it. And then it came out, and it was like, no. But hey, we have a Halloween game coming out, Bones. Where you can play as Michael.
What?
I think you can play as Michael Myers and going around killing people. I think it's going to have an online mode and a story mode.
Oh, you mean Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the TCM game.
You can go kill people. I've seen the trailer for it and all, but I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then we get the Hellraiser one. I think the Hellraiser one looks like it might be fun. I'd have to re-download that one, Cody. But I think the ones I'm looking forward to right now is Until Dawn 2, Resident Evil Code Veronica, and that Hellraiser game. I'm more of a geek, Russell. That's high on the food chain than nerds. Horny Resident Evil. Oh man, I like that. I like that description. Horny Resident Evil. Yeah, I heard that they wanted to do a possible thing where you would have to show your ID. I guess take a picture of your ID or something in order to maybe play GTA 6. I don't know about that one. Rockstar's been hacked before. So your ID is going to have some personal information on it. You don't want them getting hacked with your name, your address, and shit getting leaked. It's not secure.
Well, I found a copy of GTA 4 for $7 and $4.50 shipping.
The online mode for GTA 4 is, or was still, the servers was still up. I don't know, Cody, have you played the online mode for GTA 4 in a while?
It's actually 5. What the fuck? I thought it was 4. I'm trying to find a cheap copy of 4.
Let's see, that'd be GameStop or a retro store.
I search 4 and I get a bunch of results for 5. What the fuck? I've got 5. That's the only one I've
No.
ever played.
So I didn't really care for 4 because I felt it was too claustrophobic. With all those with all the way the cities are, I don't like cities like that. I didn't like Seattle. One of the main things I didn't like about Seattle was all those tall buildings and stuff blocking out the sun. Made me feel claustrophobic.
Who are you talking to, Ben?
think you might be
My wife's trying to get my PS3 working, so I was trying to find a cheap copy of GTA 4.
I have a PS4 actually sitting in my closet. Probably someone wants to fix it.
Well, mine worked last time I played it, but we tried to turn it on last night and it would flicker and show it and then go black. So she tried to see if cleaning it will help it.
My PS4 just, because some of them, the fan on some of those, I think PS3 and PS4, gets real
PS4 is
loud.
garbage.
Yeah, I mean, PS2 was backwards compatible for like the PS1 games. With my PS4, I found that you have there's a special manual, because if the disc gets stuck, you got to get like the screwdrivers for your glasses, and you got to find this little screw and to get manually eject the disc. Like I said, man, there's a little tiny screw. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to find, and you got to get the screwdriver, Phillips type one they use for glasses, and you got to loosen it or whatever. And when you hit the eject button, should cause it to eject the disc.
I've seen videos of people doing that, Ben, but it looked confusing to me. My wife could probably figure it out, but
Jailbreak. They call them jailbreak systems.
yes, they're saying something about having a flash drive in a certain format, and you got to be able, you got to have internet for your PC and for your PlayStation, and to transfer the games from here to there. It just all sounded confusing to me.
I knew somebody who had a jailbreak system, had this deal. They were selling these accounts to people that would have all the stuff on it that they had done with the jailbreak system. But if you got really close with them and really good friends, they would take an account for you for free and give you a whole bunch of free shit. And at one time, I may or may not have been close with them, and I may or may not have had a free modified account. I can't confirm it or not.
What's an emulator system? You mean like a Raspberry Pi or whatever?
No, like you can get like these ROMs.
Ben says he has an emulator system.
Yeah, and they emulate, differences. You can get like on your PC or whatever, you can have an emulator that will play Nintendo games. You can play what's called ROMs.
Yeah, I used to have emulators on my PC a long time ago.
So did I. I want to get one for the original Saints Row, which is just only on Xbox.
I watched a video a couple of days ago of some guy talking about a website. You can just go to a website and upload a ROM file to that and play any game through the website.
Oh yeah, and then there's people who do sell, like systems.
Looks like it has NES, but it comes with 1,000 games and plays ROMs.
Yeah, I remember the one that I think was supposed to have like Nintendo games on it. Maybe some Super Nintendos, I can't remember, but I was like reading the reviews, and someone was like bitching. You said this system was family friendly, but there were porn games on it, which just made me laugh. there's a lot of great old games out there that deserve to be played again.
I have a lot of old systems, but it's hard to hook them all up at once to the TV, so I don't have any of them hooked up. I had them all hooked up at one point, but now I got a different TV. I never bothered messing with them.
I think you can get like a switch thing or whatever where you can plug all the systems into.
We have a small one, but I could use a longer, bigger one to hook them all up.
See, because what I have is I have my PS1, which my cousin gave to me because like I can't get the controllers to work. So I flipped it over. I think I've told this story before a long time ago. I flipped it over. It had 4 screws on the bottom. One was missing. I went, oh, geez. Someone was doing something. Popped it open. Someone had popped it open and unplugged the port inside for the controllers. But I have that. I have my Dreamcast, an at-game Sega, and an original Sega. And then I have an Atari,
GameCube.
which 76 or whatever, 78 or whatever.
Do you have a Game Sphere?
You mean GamesCube?
Game Sphere, I think, was on South Park. They all wanted a Game Sphere, something like that.
I had a friend that used to game test for Nintendo. And he said what they would do with the GameCube, they would joke around about using them like boxing gloves because it had like a handle in the back, and they would joke around about that. He's also the one that he was doing, I think it was Luigi's Haunted Mansion or something, and they had a demo for it at GameStop, and he's playing it, and he goes, "This is the first time I've played this game in English." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, it's all in Japanese whenever we game test it." "You even speak or read Japanese?" He goes, "No." And I just proceeded to stand there in the store staring at him like, "What? They have you game tested a game that's not even in English and you can't even read or speak Japanese?" 360. You know, they always talk about that. Was it the Ring?
Casey had a series. Casey has a series like that. I can't remember what he calls it, uneducated reviews or something, where he watches a movie in a different language and just guesses what's going on and what they're talking about.
Yeah, they were actually adding, like, they added Rodan and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, whatever, on Netflix. I go, cool. Oh, they're the original Japanese. Not in the mood to read.
Playbox 360s. Someone super glued like 3 games together.
The first system I had that you can play online was the Xbox 360, but you had to get like this adapter. It looked like a big, fat thumb drive. You had a plug in the back that had an antenna on it. Oh, I saw that in the theater, Ben. I don't know why. That's a god-awful movie.
I love that movie.
Oh, I just remember not in the theater, not enjoying it. I don't know why I went and saw it. That's 360. That nice.
I like Jamie Kennedy. I got another funny movie of his called Kicking It Old School. It takes place in like the 80s or 90s, and he's like a b-boy. He does breakdancing, and then he gets knocked unconscious and wakes back up years later. Thinks he's still back in that time and tries to get his crew back together.
What's he doing? I'm trying to remember the last time I saw him.
Probably one of them. Probably Last Name was one of those Trimmers movies.
Not the last one, but the one before the last. The 2 they shot back to back. And I think they said, in that one where they're supposed to be like in the Antarctic or whatever, they had to act like it was cold wearing all these coats, but wherever they were, it was seriously hot. And they were having to act like it was cold.
Wasn't that one of the Wayans, Ben? One of the Wayans brothers? One of the nephews? Damien, I think.
Let me see.
Who said he had that game?
It sounds like it's doing it right outside my house.
I don't know what right wing means because I'm not political, but I know he has that podcast and reviews or interviews a lot of actors. I think he did one recently with Jerry O'Connell. They was talking about their time together when they did Scream 2 or 3.
Oh, I didn't know he did that. Let's see, looking up, trying to remember which. Let's see. It may be hard to do another one. It was Cold Day in Hell.
I don't think I've watched past 4.
I've seen every one of them.
There's a 7-movie collection.
But I will say this about Shrieker Island. They wrote it in, spoiler, Bert dies. But they wrote it in such a way where they can
They
say
did a
Bert-
movie in 2025 called Portal in the Pines, whatever that is.
Portals in the
Portal in the Pines. Something before that called Namaka. He probably hasn't been in anything. He did like 5 things after. It says he has an uncredited voice role in the latest Scream for 2022 Scream. Is that Scream 5? I think it's Scream 5, where they did that shit where they just call it Scream again. I have no idea, Russell. Rob picked the one we did last Tuesday because I couldn't think of nothing. He picked Blood Beach.
well, there's always terror at Blood Fort Lake.
No, thank you.
Guys should have done a patriotic one. Isn't there one about an Uncle Sam zombie?
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't the 4th last Tuesday, and it's not going to be the 4th this next Tuesday. I hit him up when I go, asked him if he wanted to do a pop-up, and he said he had to be up early in the morning. So I was going to do a pop-up and do Jaws.
The good one.
I guess we could still do that because it's a summer movie.
Yeah, yeah. What's your favorite Jaws movie?
Probably the first one.
It's a good one.
Get out of the water. No, we can't close it. We gotta make money. Same shit they did on Piranha. They wouldn't close the water parks because they need money.
Have you seen the Piranha 2 Spawning?
Yeah, I got that. It's James Cameron, but I guess he had him take his name off for some reason. Flying Piranha.
I mean, it's different. I guess they'll really going in. They're changing the factory that where Sony makes all the discs. But they're getting teased and then there's petitions going, lawsuits going, all because Sony said no more discs. There's going to be no more boggins and folklores. They're going to be only, digital.
Digital fugglers.
That's right. Everything's digital.
You just upload them into like a little gigapet type digital thing.
Yeah. God, do you remember when those things were Tamagotchis were popular as hell? Everybody had to have them. Well, not everybody, because I had no interest in them, but I think I saw so many people with those. Boys and girls had to have those damn things. Yeah, when I heard that a rumor that Sony might, because Sony raised the price of PS Plus, but they did it in such a way where if you had it before May something, and you had it lapse in
GTA is $100. I wouldn't pay that shit for a
yeah,
game.
that's the Ultimate Edition, and that what it is. You get the $80 edition.
Yeah, the $80 one has a bunch of stuff not on it.
Yeah, it's locked behind a paywall, and then people were bitching about this $8 thing.
And I wouldn't pay $80 for if they were still doing physical. I wouldn't. I waited like probably months to years before I bought GTA 5 and Red Dead. I bought them at pawn shops.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay,
So
they have
Can I
this.
ask you a question real quick? Sorry to interrupt. But what the fuck is GTA Plus on the little pictures? I'm like, you're already paying for PSN. What the fuck is GTA Plus? Below it says you get that.
GTA Plus is basically like a deal where for $7.99 or $8 a month, you get 500,000 in-game money and maybe some special skins, free car, maybe some other free stuff, free
So it's
game.
pretty much another way of getting you to spend money like those shark cards.
Yeah, pretty
I've
much.
never bought a shark card, and I would not, and I wouldn't play that other shit. I'm just trying to.
Oh, you get bonuses. You can get bonuses where, like, if you buy a shark card, you get 20 to 30% extra.
Yeah, I used to hate when the little ads for shark cards would pop up on my screen while I was playing. I was like, fuck that shit.
I guess people were complaining about that $8. And the thing is, all you got to do so you don't have to pay that $8 is turn off auto renew. Because it's 1 month free of it. And I think it was that if you're a first time user, you do your second or third month is free. Can't remember which month it's free. And then when I use it, it's because
Cody had no idea what they was talking about, but all these gamers that are pissed off that's been doing videos about the new physical, I see someone put on their thumbnails, I guess paid does have limits.
Hey, sounds freaking familiar. Like, isn't there a game called that? Oh, right. What was it? Subscription services for games are not new. I used to play DC Universe online, and there was a subscription thing and a free thing. But some games make it optional, and others are like, nope, you're free for so long, and then you have to pay. And that PS Plus, I heard they're adding one of the free games from this month is Call of Duty. And
Don't you guys miss the old days of like retro where you buy a new game, you just stick it in, you don't have to download nothing, you don't have to install it to your system?
Data app. Because that's what you get. You get two things when you get a disc. You got to do the data app, which fucking takes forever. I've had data app that's as big, if not bigger, than the file size of the game. And then there's updates. So even if you have a good, damn good connection, it's going to be a while before you can actually play the game.
That's crazy. What's up, Hobbs?
What's up, old man Hobbs?
Motherfucker.
You got to get Hobbs to try the Jeff Daniels sandwich.
Oh, what?
The Jeff Daniels sandwich. Pita with a thick coat of peanut butter. Pita bread with a thick coat of peanut butter on one side. What was it? Ranch, cheddar chips, and barbecue sauce. Then fold that bitch in half and
Come up here with us, Hobbs.
yeah, we can send you the link. Hobbs, you want to join us?
You ain't got no job. You got shit to do. I know you got a job, but you're off from it.
Yeah.
Get your ass up here. Motherfucker.
One of us can send you the link, Hobbs.
Come up and talk to us a while. Tell us how you feel about video games.
And about the whole digital media thing.
I'm here to watch and enjoy. That's his old
But you know
saying. He's always said in chats. Hobbs likes, what is it for Nintendo? He used to always talk about Burger Time.
Then, you know what's really messed up? When you buy a game, you're not buying a game.
Yeah,
You're buying the license.
just like
You-
they
you-
just took like 300 movies from people that bought a PlayStation.
Second time they've done this. At one point in time, I had a whole bunch of Troma movies. I had some Daria, seasons of Daria, Beavis and Butthead. I had a whole bunch of wrestling, all this shit. And they took it all. I never got refunded. And now people are bitching about them doing it again.
Yeah.
And about them not getting refunded. If they didn't refund us before the first time they did it, what the fuck makes you think they're going to do it again?
Right. They've been shady for years.
It's freaking Sony. Some greedy ass son of bitches. It's like Microsoft and Nintendo greedy, but they're not like blatant about it as Sony can be. I mean, I watched someone did a video making fun of them on Instagram, and someone talking about the word happy, and they're like acting like the PlayStation going, I don't understand this word happy. Let me look this word up. I've never heard this word before.
I want to cover us all up with peanut butter and have a 15-hooker gangbang. What the fuck? Bang bang gang. Literally. Gotta invite the
That
bang
peanut
bang
butter
gang. Austin and the other one, Colton from the bang bang gang.
Well, see, Cody, I had before. That was the first time. And then all of a sudden I went to go look and I couldn't find them. And then I saw that they took them away because they wanted people to pay into all these streaming apps and shit.
Bang bang, motherfucker. Sounds like they're blowing shit up over there.
There's a few houses down and sounds feels like it's right outside my window. It's lighting it up.
They do it big in Washington. That's louder than anything that was here the other night.
Well, remember, I live on a res.
Or
God,
having
I
a
know
blast time.
I know if I open the door, I'm going to smell that shit. Like, let me see. It's going to be all that soft form shit. It's going to reek outside.
A bottle rocket hits him in the forehead.
Yeah, it's freaking out there. Good Lord. People wonder why I hate fireworks.
Imagine you open the door and a bottle rocket hits you in the forehead.
Oh, God. I'll be right back. I gotta go check out my mom.
I have been considering getting a PS2 or PS3. Reason being is I need a new Blu-ray player. I want to play older games. However, my Blu-ray player only works when upside down. You have to ask Cody, but I'm not sure PS2 plays movies. I know PS3 does. Yeah, I was thinking about playing some of my older games. My wife's in there cleaning out my PS3, trying to get it to work. DVD,
PlayStation 2
yes,
does
PS2.
play. Yeah, PlayStation 2 does. But let's look
But if
at
he's wanting to play
Blu-ray.
games, he should probably go to PS3, right? Newer graphics and stuff.
Like I said, I have a PS3 in my closet that doesn't get used. That needs to be fixed.
Hobbs, I swore you told me you had a PS5. Those play 4K.
PS5, yeah. You can do.
Russell's hyper tonight. This is the most fun he's ever had without lubricant. The fuck?
Damn, Russell. But no, yeah, you can do that. Kind of. Sometimes I miss my old crew on GTA. We had a guy who hated the marksman rifle, and if someone used it on it, he would go off like you wouldn't believe. He thought someone had kicked his dog or something because he'd go full blown psycho. And you hear the rest of us just lose it, laughing our ass off at this guy raging like there's no tomorrow. It's like we'd be like, "It's just a marksman rifle," and he'd turn to us, he'd be yelling at us, and we're just laughing our asses off.
Well, Hobbs, sounds like you should go PS3. It has better graphics than PS2, and they said it plays Blu-ray.
Like I said, mine probably needs hardware work and shit. And I put what they call a wrap on it. It's got a busty woman with a dragon, and I glued it to it. Because that's what I would do, because they would peel otherwise. I never liked those wraps, so I would take a glue stick and glue them to it. I didn't even know I still had my PS4. I was just like, why do I have a PS5 box in my closet? I just throw it away, go to pick it up, notice it had some weight in it. What the hell's in it? Open it up. Looking at the system like, oh, what do you know? The factory reset. I should plug it in one of these days.
I have PS4. That's what I was playing before I stopped playing online. I was trying to get my PS3 so I can go back a little bit because I don't know. So why not? But like I said, I've never played any GTAs except for 5, so I thought I'd try to check out what the last one was like.
I have 3 rooms here. I hate moving shit around. I feel you, but I feel you. Only thing from one room to another. I thought about, I have to get a capture card to play my Dreamcast and my PS1 on my Sega. Well, I do have some Sega games on my PS5 because they released the Sega collection. Shit. Did you see that some guy spent over 50 grand and bought a shitload of pre-orders for GTA 6 and was then trying to sell them? Like, god damn. Like 200 plus a piece. That's like, you spent how much? Fuck. I think there's better things to do with 50 grand than buy 50 grand worth of some video game. Yeah, but Cody, 50 grand? That shit's insane.
What's 50 grand?
Well, the guy bought 50 grand worth of GTA 6 pre-orders.
What the fuck for?
So he can sell them, scalp them.
How do you sell a digital game? They give you got to install a code or what?
What he's probably done is he's buying probably of the physical copy that's just going to come with a piece of paper. So he's probably what he did. And then once he gets them, he sends them to whoever paid 200 plus for it, which I think I saw is what he was doing. He's charging it 2 or more, double or more than what he paid for each copy.
Well, Hobbs, you can hear echoes.
Yeah, it's almost 11.
Cody, you ever seen my retro game collection video? I bought a bunch of.
Didn't you do more than one of them?
Well, I got the same one on both channels. The one on this channel, I'm talking. I took the same video, put it on the other one, but just put music to it. Well, I do have a bunch of They when I was like buying them back in the day, I was naming them. I got game 1, 2, 3, 4 pickups and stuff. They're really old. I haven't bought none lately.
Same here. I haven't been to a retro store in a while. I've cut back because I remember I need a new computer.
Encore. Let off more fireworks.
How about no? Just no.
How about no?
Don't make us use a bad dragon on you with no lube.
Hey, you calm down.
Then no more fireworks. Damn, we did one 10 years ago. Well, no, we got let's see. We got one town over. That's got some old stuff. That's why I picked up some games for my Dreamcast. And then the one that I used to go to, One Up, the one that had the incident with the flare gun, which I still fucking just, who the hell plays with a flare gun? It's not a toy. Fucking dumbass. I heard they, after 2 years or something like that, they finally reopened in a new location. I haven't been there to the new location.
Yeah, Cody, the only one I have was a cool shop called Awesome Town. And it was ran by this young girl who got sick. She had lupus, and she had to close her shop down. So, no more retro shop. I used to get good deals there all the time. She not only sold games, but sold retro. She sold retro games and cool ass old figures and all kinds of cool shit. Movies.
Here is Bones' collection for those who are wondering.
Which link is that? Like the one that was on this one or the other channel?
This is the one on this one called I Got Game Number 1.
Is that the one that has the complete collection?
I know it's the one that's 10 minutes from 10 years ago. And then you have one from 9 years ago called I Got Game. That's a lot unpacking.
I don't remember what the name of the one that's showing every one I have.
I think you sent it to me. It's a nice collection. Jack O'Lantern's Mask and Collectible Dolls. Bones Bike Channel is. Bones collects McDonald toys, dolls, and bike trips and collectibles. You collect dolls?
Dolls.
That's what Hobbs is saying.
I don't think I have any dolls. Unless he means like figurines.
Yes,
What's up,
girls
Eric?
collect dolls. Boys don't.
Erica.
Hello, Erica. How you doing, Erica? Still got to pick a zombie movie to watch for my zombie channel. Yeah, but Hobbs, remember, I can only do shorts right now. I can do shorts and lives. I cannot do a video because my computer, where I do my editing's got no audio. The audio card is just not even registering. When I go to try to add a device. So I just do lives and shorts. I got possibly might do a t-shirt haul because I had for some reason, every time I get a shirt, I get holes in the armpit, so I had to order some shirts to replace some shirts that are, well, particularly this one that's damaged. One of them has a special personal meaning to me, and one of them is it's linked to a movie about camps. Horror movie about camps. So I need to go to St. Jack's and do my monthly pickup. I didn't win the bike. Damn.
Fireworks.
Yeah. Somewhere in there, I'm sure there's been some gunshots. I think I've done this the last 2 or 3 years. Usually, I think on Instagram. Then I'll just do it here. I'll stay inside where it's safe. Now I know what the Middle East sounds like. I did a little bit Cody, but it just wasn't as fun as it used to be. To me, that game has just lost all its fun. Just, everything is just the same old, same old. Ride around, fight with other players, do some bounties, deal with players trying to steal your bounty, do some moonshine missions.
Deal with hackers. Sean 420.
What's up, John? Yeah, I've been seeing people, some of the ones for GTA where they make themselves, they disguise themselves as an animal and attack people.
Well, what was bad was that hackers on Red Dead, how they knew how to know everywhere you're at and follow you everywhere, and they could reach you.
That is because the stream sniping.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Hey, Drake loves me because that's how the one guy ended up trolling me and Cody, because he was watching Cody's stream as he was messing with us, and I told Cody to use fast travel so he can go to my moonshine shack, and he ended up being able to see where Cody had went, and then he logged out of that account, logged into another account, and was outside my moonshine shack waiting for Cody. When Cody came back, because Cody went to help me. That's what they do. They watch you on a separate screen, so they know what you're doing, what you have, all your stats, all your weapons, all your items. That's fucked up. Stream sniping is just, it ain't cool. And we actually, me and Cody, because we used to have a lot of fun doing those Red Dead streams, because there was always pure comedy that would happen with the two of us. And if we get other people involved, it was just a laugh riot. But after this, I mean,
boom, 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 boom.
We still play, together, but we wouldn't stream it. We even had people who would watch our streams and they would look for us because they wanted to game with us. They would never ask us if it was okay. And if you start following us around and stuff, and we would attack you. Because nope, ask first. I won't do a GTA online stream, any online game. I will not do a stream of, just for that reason. Wasn't that YOLO and oh God, what's his name? And we proceeded to make complete asses out of ourselves. Or when I stood atop the roof attacking you and you were running around. Oh my God. They had an incident in Whidbey Island, Washington. This guy had 700 pounds of fireworks, and he was smoking near it. And one of the ambers or whatever of a cigarette ignited the fireworks. House go boom, and there's this video like that shows this fire truck outside the house, like they're trying to fight it, and it exploded again. You see this fireman running to the fire truck. He's about 20, 30 feet from the house. The explosion sent the guy flying, so now he's about 100 feet from the house. You saw that too, Cody? Like, oh my God. He was like, there's one, if you really want guys to look up something, I think it was in California. This happened years ago, a few years ago, whatever. They had this truck that the back of this big truck is like the size of a bus almost. Now the back of it is supposed to be able to put an explosive in it, seal it, and ignite the explosive. Everything's supposed to be safe. They had to go get some fireworks from somebody who, was illegally selling them. So they put them in the back of this truck. And there was so much fireworks, the truck could not contain the explosion. It flipped the truck, blew the back of it up, damaged a whole bunch of cars. It's like, damn. I would show the Woodby Island one, but I'd probably get in trouble since it probably belongs to some news station or whatever. The footage of above, again, of you see the person just goes flying. But I'm like, why the fuck did the guy have 700 pounds of fireworks? Was he selling them or something? Because that's a ridiculous amount to have. 100 pounds worth of fireworks is ridiculous. 700 is a fucking overkill. See if I can. I'll put the link so you can find it. Okay, let me put this on mute real quick to make sure this is the right one. Yeah, this, for anyone who haven't had, this is the Woodby Island one. Let me see if I can find the bomb truck one. Oh yeah, it is. LAPD. This is it. Again, let me put it on mic to make sure this is it or not. Okay. This is the one of the bomb truck that exploded. No, Russ, I haven't seen Johnny Got His Gun. I've only seen the music video. I think I heard somewhere that Johnny Got His Gun didn't get received that good by people. Oh, Kino Laba. I got a couple, 2 or 3 of their stuff. I like but I'm a fan actually of the Crichton. On a beer run. Hey, John, pick up some Modelo. Little bit of Modelo, little bit of lime. Thing is, Woodby Island. Goddamn. For some reason, I always like to call Woodby Island Wannabe Island. Don't know why. Never know. I think for Crichton, because again, I got the Godzilla, Night of the Living Dead, Godzilla vs. Violente, and House for Crichton Collection. They put out some pretty good stuff. Now, a place that might be fun to find movies, Cody probably knows about this place. It's right here in Washington State. It's Scarecrow Videos. You guys can look them up online, Scarecrow Videos. Shit, Cody, that's because of that whole copyright thing. Everybody was releasing it. You remember the time where you could go to like Suncoast or whoever was selling movies, and you're gonna have, what was it, Ankle Bay, Fun Time. Why did I keep thinking Fun Time? There's something called Fun Time. I could have sworn there was one called Fun Time. It's all because of that whole thing of it being public domain. You had like a ton of them. I had a ton of them. My copy right now is the Crichton Collection, which comes with an alternate cut of it called Night of Anubis, which I think someone said is supposed to be a incomplete cut of it. Which, look this up. It's uncorrected 16mm work print of Night of the Living Dead. I mean, that's how we. I think they say that they did the 1990 remake to try to get back some of that money they lost because it was public domain. But we still got Night of the Living Dead 3D, which sucked. Only good thing about it's got Sid Hedge in it. It sucked. It got a sequel, Night of the Animated Dead, which, yeah, and then the Crichton has it, and I need to watch it to do it. Kind of like with like my Godzilla that Crichton released. The main movie on it is Gojira, the original Japanese one, and the American cut is a bonus. It was a trip when I sat down and watched the original Japanese cut and then watched the American one, noticing all these little things that I had never really paid attention to because I was so used to the American cut. It's like Violente that they released Godzilla vs. Violente. It's in Japanese with English subtitles. There's no English audio. Shit, like they released Godzilla Returns, which we know is Godzilla 85, and that's another one that's a trip to watch because I've only seen it as Godzilla 85. There's no Raymond Burr in it, so it's a trip. But yeah, the 91 was pretty good. At one point, this is one I forgot about. I was watching someone did a video talking about this. Night of the Living Dead 2. So I completely forgot about this movie. I heard it about maybe 2-3 years ago. Because they announced that 3 of the cast members from Day of the Dead we're going to get reunited to do a zombie movie. And it was 3 that survive, get away. At the end of the movie, up on the island. So it was the helicopter pilot, Sarah, and the radio guy. And they want to get the whole plot was these 3 on an island, stay away from zombies, but then the zombies show up and they have to fight to survive. And I completely forgot about this movie. And then someone did a video talking about it, and I'm watching the video, and then they started showing these pictures, and I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! I remember this." And I guess it was a whole bunch of stuff was filmed. The guy that plays Art the Clown was going to be in it, playing a guy named Sharkbite. He's supposed to be a heavy-set zombie who had a chunk of his flesh bit out. And I guess it was pretty much done, and it never got released, which is sad. The Funhouse, that's got the deformed guy who's in the Funhouse and stalking those people. I think I've seen it. God, I feel like I've seen so much that I've forgotten what I've seen a lot of the times, which is kind of pathetic. I can literally start watching something and forget. Be right back. I gotta go use the facilities. I'll be right back. Chat amongst yourself. Yep, me Mark Callis. That was his WCW name. Who was it that told him? Because I think the story goes that somebody in WCW management told him, "No one's ever going to pay to see you. No, you're not going to really account for, you're not going to really be anything. No one, you're not going to put butts in seats. Who was it that said that? For some reason, I want to say Oli. Yep, he was Punisher Dice Morgan or something like that. The story he told, one of his first matches, not his first match, was against the legendary Bruiser Brody. And what was it? He was getting a little too excited trying to call the match, and Brody was like, slow down. And then he accidentally rubbed his forearm against Brody's face. And then next thing you know, he gets whipping the rope, and he gets that boot in the face. And then Brody drags him outside and hits him with the chair. God, Oli. I mean, fucking A. Is it me, or does it seem like people give this impression that Oli was just a mean, nasty son of a bitch? Sorry about that. I had to go grab a tea. There's a great story. You can find the story being talked about on YouTube. I believe it was Blackjack Mulligan who ended up knocking him out twice. Something about that when they were WCW together. Oli was running his mouth about Eric Bischoff, and I guess because Eric had given Blackjack a chance, had him work as like an agent or something. Blackjack took offense to it. So he went to talk to him, and I guess Oli was running his mouth. So Blackjack knocked his ass out. And then when he came to, he told me, like, you're going to hear me talk and you're not going to say a word. Or else I'm going to do it, I'll knock your ass out again. Something like that. And so Oli ran his mouth again. So, I mean, goddamn, I love the story of Blackjack just knocking his ass out twice. It's probably my favorite. That story about Blackjack was one about Blackjack and somebody else when they ended up like fucking his teeth up or something during the match, and he ended up beating the shit out of the guy. The old stories. There is actually, Cody, I don't know if you've seen it. There's a great Al Snow Bruiser Brody story where they had like a tag team match and somebody had been hitting smacking or whatever Snow's head. So he had gone to, he was supposed to have a tag team match. He went and he explained, he was like, hey, he told him what happened. He was asking him if he could please be gentle on his head. And I guess Brody was like, yeah, don't worry, kid. I guess the match was going. And Brody had dragged Snow over to his tag team partner, and he booted Al Snow's tag team partner in the face, and he didn't go down. So he booted him in the face again. When this time he broke his nose, and there was blood all over the place. It's like, God damn. Or when AJ Styles, I see his son, one of his sons, just had his pro wrestling debut. I've seen a little bit. I see where he does he doesn't wear the gloves like his dad did, but I see where AJ's son, he did the Phenomena elbow, and then he did the Styles Clash. I think it's cool. AJ's got a son following his footsteps. Let me see, which son is it? I mean, I think it's cool. Yeah, it's Avery Styles. Because all his kids are supposed to name is supposed to begin with an A. But I think it's cool. Okay, he has his debut. Use some of his dad's moves here and there, but I don't think he should do too many of them. He doesn't want to be like seen as just as a carbon copy of his dad. But just use a little. I always liked the Phenomenal Elbow. Honestly, I think I might like the Phenomenal Elbow more than the Styles Clash. I always thought the Phenomenal Elbow is a little bit cooler. Yeah, you got him. Let's see, Sting's one son. You got Brock Anderson, who's still doing stuff. Yes, Russell, and that's the one where at the end of it he releases the cement on Paul Bear, and they've done some interviews and stuff where they said that actually it was a stunt double he poured it on, that the close-ups of him were pre-taped. Yes, and so is Ray's daughter, and there's a picture that has it's one of Eddie's daughter. It's Ray's daughter and Jimmy Wayne, whatever, together. Tatanka's sons, and I'm seeing he's kind of been trying to push them as this new bloodline. He's trying like those. Like, if you think the bloodline in the WWE is something, look at my bloodline. And they got some. Looks like his kids got some good beard builds on them. Yeah, Jimmy Wang Yang's daughter is training. To into the business of professional wrestling. And they just signed WWE just signed Dean Malenko's daughter. I didn't even know she was a wrestler until I think I saw something about she was doing some stuff in Japan. So okay, that's kind of cool. I haven't heard much about Devon's sons. I have heard that Zilla Fatu has been seen or reported to be at the Performance Center, so they might have interest in him. And yes, I agree. Dean was so good. His Iceman, when they would call him the Iceman, that fit Dean good because Dean was nothing fancy about him. The closest I think he ever got to fancy was during his feud with Jericho. But Dean was very, very good. Of course, because of Dean and his Man of 1,000 moves, we got Jericho's 1,001 moves or whatever when he had that big list. The armbar, the Saskatchewan armbar, the Norwegian armbar. The original list of Jericho, the list of all these moves. That was just, the thing about Jericho is when he was first in WCW, in that first run, he was that clean cut, goody two shoe. I didn't think much of him, but once he saw he started having those fit about losing, and then we started seeing more of this guy who would mispronounce people's names and more of the heel stuff. To me, that's when I became a fan of Jericho. That's when I started liking him because that was some good stuff. Because that's what led us to do the whole Y2J, because we had that WCW Monday Night Jericho, which of course became WWE or WWF. Raw is Jericho, whatever stuff. And actually, Russ, I saw that Piper's daughter is doing that slap thing. What's that? Oh, God damn it. What is that? She was doing that slap thing. Till Piper. Trying to find it. Oh yeah, she's doing that slap fighting, power slap. And God, you can see that she is Piper's kid, because the woman slaps her and she doesn't really flinch. She said she just gets this big ear to ear grin, and it's just like, yeah. Bill never did pay that money he owed to Hannibal. Jack Swagger, Jack Hager. I guess he was good as a wrestler, good in the ring. I don't know, because he never really clicked with me. And whenever he was in the ring, whether it was WWE, AEW, Lucha Underground, I found myself checking out. Like, oh, he has a match? I can go to the bathroom. I'll go make something to eat. I can go play some video games when he's in the ring. Really didn't like him. Okay, he had some great music. I did like his WWE music. But in the ring, Hager never... He's just... I think I did hear there were some problems with him. But then he goes to Lucha Underground. And so I think that's when they still had Penta. They had all this talent there, and here comes this guy, and they go, all right, we're going to put this belt on you. I have the triple set DVD they did on him, Russell, called The Last Real Rebel or whatever. Because Brody was just, those stories about him, he would not mess. Of course, everyone knows the story about him. Turn the camera on. Everybody knows the story about, of course, Brody and Luger, where, I guess, was it Luger had been running his mouth backstage about some deal he got. And so they have this match, steel cage match. Bill Alfonso was the referee. And Brody wouldn't sell anything. He's, Luger's hitting him, doing these worked hits, and Brody's just like, and Luger's like, fuck. So, of course, Luger freaks out, realizes this could be bad, climbs down the ring, grabs his back. My understanding is he ran to the back, grabbed his bag, got his keys, got in the car, drove away. There's the Hacksaw story, where something had happened that triggered Brody. Something, I don't know what happened. Brody comes out of the ring, sits in the middle of the ring. Here comes Duggan. He's for the match, and he's like, all right, let's start. Brody's just sitting in the middle of the ring. Duggan's like, Brody, come on, man. Come on, Brody. We got to do this work. Brody sat there and we didn't do nothing. And Duggan was like, the fuck? We gotta work. We gotta work, man. And he did that. Bill tells a story where they're worried about the pay guy at a show they do. They're worried that he would take the money and leave before he paid them. And during the match, they saw the guy trying to leave. So Brody and Abdullah got out of the ring, and they were fighting. They started fighting near the guy, blocking the guy from leaving. The guy's trying to leave, and these two guys, Brody was not a small man. Abdullah, not a small man. So you have these two big monsters, violent monsters, blood and all this stuff, just fighting and trying to leave. I think what got me about Brody is you hear all these stories, and people talk about his interviews about him, including, unfortunately, Brody's death, which that fucker got away with. Let's face it. That fucker got away with killing Brody. Even I think it was Dutch even said that it was like a week after the trial was over. So when he got the subpoena to go testify at the trial. But he fucking got away with killing Brody. And I heard later on the guy was doing like birthday parties. Who wants to do have a birthday party where you had the kids, special guy there to entertain the kids, murdered a human being? That's just fucked up. Brother Love. I love you. God, that was when they had the Undertaker first, came into the WWE, the WWF. You had this guy who was just the opposite. Undertaker's all black and gray. And here's this guy, white and red, white face paint, and Undertaker's talking about rest in peace, I'll take your soul, rest in peace. And here's this guy talking about love. It's like, oh my God. How about you guys? Let me see. I gotta look this up real quick. Because last month was the debut of last month was the 30th anniversary of the 30th anniversary of the Austin 316. Oh, the 316 says I just whipped your ass. July 7th is a major anniversary. Take you guys back to July 7th, 1996. Bash at the Beach. It is the Outsiders and a mystery partner versus Sting, Macho Man Randy Savage, and the total package Lex Luger. Luger gets taken out because Nash is choking him, and Sting goes to splash, and he gets stuck between the two of them. Ultimately, at the end of the match, we all know what history tells us. Hogan comes out. Bobby gives away the conclusion of the match by going, we don't know what side he's on. And so Hogan clears the Outsiders out of the ring, back to the corner, hits a leg leg drop on Savage, and reveals he is the third man. July 7th, 1996, the birth of the NWO. In a few days' time, we'll mark 30 years since the birth of the NWO. Because remember, if you're NWO, you're NWO for life. 30 years. That shit changed wrestling. Everybody, if you're a fan, even a WWE fan, you were running around in that black shirt with that white logo with the little border, lowercase n, uppercase W, lowercase o, New World Order for life. Because remember, if you're NWO, you are just too sweet. Yeah, I mean, I think at one point they were talking about they wanted to be Sting, and then Hogan was like, no. It was him because it worked better for Hogan because Hall and Nash had just come up from that company up north. They were WWE or WWF. Hogan fucking made that company. And the NWO, if you look at it, it rejuvenated Hogan's career. Hogan was doing, I want to say he was doing the same thing in WCW that he did in WWE. Because what he was doing in WCW was a cartoon. Hey, don't get me wrong. Dungeon of Doom was Dungeon of Doom. Would love to see a Dungeon of Doom make a comeback. Although number of the members are dead. I mean, you still got Big Show of the Giant, Haku, Ming, Brutus Beefcake, Zodiac. Remember Zodiac? Yes, no, yes, yes, no, no. Long before Daniel Bryan was running around going, yes, 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 and no, no, no. Long before he was doing that, you had Beefcake has Zodiac. Yes, yes, no, no, no. But there's a few people alive, but like Sullivan's gone. King Curtis Ikea, who was the guy, the heavyset guy, the master, gone. Kamala's gone. Shark, Earthquake, Avalanche, what do you call him? John Tinta, gone. Big Boss Man, gone. So I think it's just the Big Show, Ming, Conan. Damn, everyone else is gone. I say it's long overdue. The Dungeon of Doom goes into the Hall of Fame. It was maybe cartoonish, but still, what I'm trying to say is that was all cartoonish stuff that Hogan was doing. When they did the NWO, they started doing realism. Remember when they had that attack backstage where Hall and Nash were attacking everybody, and the one where Ray goes for that dive and Nash catches him, he lawn darts him to the side thing. I heard they've done interviews. They said people were freaking out calling 911 because they thought that shit was legit. Dark Side of the Ring. Does a lot of people dirty. I watched a little bit of the Daphne one. And I did get a chance over Twitter to talk to Daphne one time. She was... There's guns going. I can hear the guns. She was angry at Dustin about something. She never told me what it was because it's a little exchange. It was horrible about what happened to her. And speaking of people who passed, I heard that MJF at the most recent AEW thing, his attire was a tribute to Hanamiya Kamono or whatever. She was that Japanese wrestler who was getting bullied, who ended up taking her own life. And it is true. Yeah, it's NWO, 30 years. And a lot of those guys, Nash, of the original 3 members, Nash is the only one left standing. Tubi has added the first 3 years or so of AEW Dynamite, and I've been trying to see if it's true or not. Let me see. I heard a rumor about NWA wrestling. Let's see. Okay. NWA Power. Let's see if it's is. Because Billy Corgan's NWA is coming to Tubi. I guess they haven't added it yet, but I thought they were going to be adding NWA when they're doing it. I guess they're not doing it, but they're going to be adding NWA Power to Minoka. What they're going to do, Cody, is it's going to air on Thursdays, but it's going to, what it is that it's going to be a replay of the previous one. I guess they do the NWA Power, and then a few days later, whatever, it's going to be on Tubi, but I haven't seen when the debut is. They had NXT, I think. They still have NXT. Yeah, they got NXT. They got Evolve. They got AEW, AEW Dynamite. They got CZW. Russ, that was supposed to be Undertaker versus Khali, but Khali had a medical situation, so he had to back out. Well, I did a little bit of the old Evolve, Cody. The pre-WWE, when Evolve was a separate thing from WWE. That was great. The old WWE app, even when they went to Peacock, they have worked that deal out with these different independent promotions as well as international promotions. So you would get some of the UK stuff, Evolve. It was great. I really loved watching because you get to see people, independent wrestling is so much fun. You never know who you can see on them. Because when I first started watching the original Evolve, I think it was when Gabe Sapolsky did it. That's the first time I saw Austin Theory. I had no idea he'd go on to become where he is now. TNA is not really as much as kicking them out. They're not either not renewing the contracts, or like we saw with Eric Young. He asked for his release. TNA's been around. Shit, next year will be 25 years. Remember, they debuted in 2020 and 2000. They debuted in 2002, and it's 25 years, and they faced probably more challenges than any company should have faced. Remember that first show before they went on air, the ring broke. They had some super heavyweight in there, and the ring broke. So they'll have to go, because remember when they first started out, it was weekly pay-per-views for $9.99, and before they were that first show, the first pay-per-view, they're trying to fix the ring so they can do it, and there were pay issues. There was during the pay-per-view they had a file from Pyro. Eric. Let's talk about Eric. Maybe coming back to the WWE and a coach role. Mike Santana, I'm hearing his contract ended. But let's face it, when they started working with TNA, they had the eyes set on Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry. Jordan hasn't done shit really. Unfortunately, I don't know why. They wanted her and they haven't done anything with her. Hendry, they got Hendry. They're probably gonna get him. Shit. They wanted to send Evil to the main roster because I want to go to NXT. And let's talk about Evil's name, Nataku. There was people who were joking about his name. His name, Nataku, if you're an anime fan and you know the anime Inuyasha, the main villain, the big bad for that show, is Nataku. So they were making jokes about it. People weren't getting the joke. Hendry, I heard that they had some issues with work visas and stuff. So there was a little bit of issue with him and that. So they can only, because I heard that's the problem they had with Stephanie Vakir and Ivan Dragunov. There was some visa issues. that why we really haven't seen them that need to be resolved. No, Austin Theory is not going to be released soon because right now there is an issue, I guess, rumor going around about the Vision. Okay, the storyline with Seth is over. So the question is, has the Vision run its course? And let's face it, right now, the Vision is supposed to be Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and Bronson Reed. Reed and Paul are off with injuries, although Paul's appearing at ringside. And they're teasing something with Austin Theory and what's her name? The person who used to be LA Knight's storyline storyline sister. Maxine Dupree. The teasing something. So Russell, that's your mainstream thing, Russell. I watch a little bit of AEW. I don't really care for AEW stuff. I mean, they got some great talent. Don't get me wrong. They got some great talent there. But shit. I mean, look, they got Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. You want to talk about some insane matches, awesome matches? Just watch the two of them. And Okada, another one. They got some damn good talent there. MJF, the thing. TNA is just what really drew me into TNA was two things. Long before we saw this whole women's movement revolution stuff in the WWE, we had some damn good stuff going on in TNA with women's stuff. And let's not forget the X division. But if you want to check us, okay, watch a little bit of this MLW. Let's see. GCW. It used to be Shine. I used to like watching Shine. Shine was an all-women's promotion. Pretty good. Well, the problem with WWE is you got people in charge who are all about this. Old school Ring of Honor. Old school Ring of Honor. I watched a little bit of JCW back when it screamed ICP because that's what you were going to see. But then they started working with Vince Russo, and it's kind of it's still at times it seems like it might be doing JCW, but ICP, but there's NWA, Billy Corgan. I really wish they would add some of the stuff to me already, because I've heard some people trash the NWA, but I would like to judge for myself. NXT was another one that used to be good. I know that's not indie, but CZW, which was Ultraviolet back in the day. The old WEW, I saw they have that on there too. Because JCW was ICP, so what you watch, you had Cocaine, who originally Cocaine was one of those Kane clones, and his whole thing was he would pull out a bag of white powder that was supposed to be cocaine, snort it, and he gets superpowers and starts kicking ass. You have was it Ricky Morton's there? Not Ricky Morton, it's Kerry Morton, whatever. I think he also does NWA. You have.
What's up?
Hello, old man Bones.
What's poppin'? What's currently looking?
T.
So I was in the living room watching videos on GTA 4, and I think Cody already mentioned this, but apparently you can still go online on it.
Yeah.
And but this was before like all that advanced stuff from GTA 5. There's no missions. You don't have your own apartment.
No.
You don't mod cars. There's not like really anywhere to hide. So you go to a lobby where there's like 6, 7 people, and they're just straight up murdering each other nonstop.
Oh yeah.
Nowhere to hide. Just taking turns killing each other.
I think it was Cody that might have told me that the servers for them, the online servers for the first Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, there's like 3 videos of people are still playing, and I guess it's free.
Yeah.
To go online. And I compared it. My wife walked through, and I was telling her about that. I said, so it's like you go to school, and no teachers or principals are there. You're just there. No one to watch over you. No cops. No mission. No point of the game except for murdering each other.
Yes. GTA Online, the 5 is pretty much. I've been in lobbies and as players are just driving by, not shooting at each other. Yeah, Red Dead ones. They kept the servers going. So I played a little bit of it. Well,
Red Dead Redemption 1 goes online? Is that what he
it
said?
it has an online mode.
Is that for what, PS3?
I think so.
I'm going to have to look for that too. I want to try to find GTA 4. I was looking online, but then you told me to look at GameStop. We're supposed to go in town Monday. So check there.
No.
GTA 4 multiplayer is just going.
I would look. We got a few retro stores here, but I can't go to them right now.
All we have is GameStop. Like I said, I had that place called Awesome Town before it shut down. I just wonder how much longer GameStop's going to last since they're going to stop making physical stuff. They won't have nothing to sell. I mean, I guess they could keep selling retro stuff. I don't know if they sell it now.
Well, last time I was in there, they had more like non-video games than anything else. When I go to, you walk in, they have these tables full of stuff that's supposed to be on sale.
Like pops and stuff.
They have this Transformers set. They call it the GoBot set. Was just repainted because the Transformer toy line likes to reuse modes. They just paint them a different color and say, "Boom! Look!" So like, this it's the GoBots. No, that's. You okay, Peppa? I don't think Peppa likes the fireworks.
He's scared.
Yeah, she was running around, and I go to my room, and there's like this bump on my bed, and I poke it. Oh, okay. It's just Peppa. Oh, it's okay, baby.
Boglin.
No, not
That's
like
what y'all boggling. Yeah, yesterday they was letting them off, and it was making my dog sit on top of us and pant.
I think part of it too is they make a whistling sound, and I think that actually hurts the ears more than it would ours, because ours is not going to really hurt us unless we have a hearing aid cranked up. Over theirs, it hurts. I think someone said. My uncle had this. Telling some of the story. Had this dog named PW. You can guess what PW stood for. But PW was this big
Pussy Willow.
pussy whipped. And this dog was big. It looked like a bear. But it lived up to the word pussy. Because it was friendly as hell, but could be scared. And when it would hear fireworks, it would try to go through a screen to get into a room. And you'd have me and my dad, because we were staying with my uncle at the time. One of us is trying to pull the dog out. The other one's pushing. And we're yelling at each other, "Pull, damn it. I am pulling, motherfucker. Push." Because the dog was trying to get away from the sound. It was scaring it. And, of course, again, this is a great big bear of a dog and 2 grown-ass adults. Oh, can't budge to stop the dog. They're fighting.
I don't understand what you're saying, Cody. What version do I need of Red Dead 1 that goes online? Because like 5 sentences up, you said Red Dead Redemption 1 multiplayer is 4 players. And then down here you're saying the remastered version doesn't have it.
Yes, they released a remastered version of the original Red Dead, and they did not include.
So there's like an old version you need to be able to go online with it.
But I think the remastered it might be PS4 and PS5, and maybe Xbox One, Xbox Series X. So
Okay, so as long as if I run across a copy that's for PS3, it will go online.
it's easy because they have because it became one of the classics for PlayStation, and they used to give them red cases instead of like that black or blue whatever they had for PS3. They give a red case.
Hmm.
But yeah, so it's. I think it's just up to the remasters, just updated graphics and stuff, and the Undead Nightmare.
So I don't see Hobbs anywhere in the chat. So I guess he said he wanted you to go to 4 a.m. and then he fell asleep.
Probably.
Hobbs.
Actually, Cody, I played it on my PS4 when I used to have a copy of it, and it had the online thing because I think my version I got was one that was for PS3 or PS4.
What is the first Red Dead called?
That's debatable. Depending on who you ask.
Huh.
Some would say it's Red Dead Redemption. Others would say it's Red Dead Revolver.
So which one is the one Cody talking about that goes online?
Red Dead Redemption.
And then I know they made a few of those. Like they made a shit ton of GTAs. There's also one called. There's one that has zombies, right?
Undead Nightmare. There's a clip, I think I have it out of my shorts. There's a glitch in the original for Undead Nightmare where sometimes the heads, the NPC, sometimes I have no head, sometimes they have no body, it's just the clothes.
I can play him, Russell, but I don't know that much. That's why I asked Cody and Echo stuff.
I mean, Red Dead is fun, but only if you're in the cowboys and stuff. I'm a fan of westerns, so that's why I enjoyed it.
It kind of worked in reverse. I got into playing Red Dead, loved playing it, and then it started making me like watching shows like Yellowstone and stuff. I'm like, this feels like Red Dead.
No, it's because of my dad growing up. He watched a lot like the John Wayne type stuff and all these old westerns, and I would watch them with him. So of course I got into westerns.
My favorite is John Wayne is the Sons of Katie Elder.
Sons of Katie. There's the one. Have you ever seen the Cowboys?
Yeah, that's a good one. It's sad though.
Shocked as hell that they killed him off.
Yeah.
But yeah, McClintock is one I like. Quiet.
There's a couple John Waynes I like that I can't never remember the names. They remind me of each other. One of them has like a guy that sings a lot through it.
Oh.
And they're both very similar. Like he's like a sheriff and he has a crew. One of them has an old man named Stumpy. And that was two of my favorites that I watched with my dad.
Let's see, just 1 minute. Let me see, because it's Rio
Bravo, and then there's Rio something else. And they have similar titles and similar crews and characters in them.
Let me see, because I'm trying to remember.
One has like a famous singer, Ricky something in it.
Ricky Nelson.
Yeah, he sings a lot in it. And then the other one, or it might be the same
also
one,
has,
I remember a character named Stumpy.
It also has Dean Martin in it.
One of them
that's Rio Bravo.
One of them has the sheriff's always drunk, so John Wayne always has to help.
That might have been because he also did it with Dean Martin.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to remember that one. Let's see.
But if you like Sons of Katie Elder, there's a modern day urban remake called Four Brothers. I like that one. I like that movie too. It's got Mark Wahlberg and Tyrese. 4 adopted brothers, and their mom that raised them gets killed in a convenience store. It's a modern day remake of.
Oh yeah, it's one that's got one of the Wahlbergs in it.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. Bruce Dern was the only guy to kill John Wayne and the Cowboys. That's the guy from the Burbs.
I think it's El Dorado is the other one. The DVD was Robert Mitchum.
I think I do Cody. My wife's got it in a bunch of pieces on her desk trying to clean it and get it back together.
If you can fix up a PS4, that's it your way.
Do what?
'Cause I got that PS4 sitting in my closet.
I got a PS4. What's wrong with yours?
It was giving me problems, so I upgraded to the PS5.
Oh, I was going to say, if you
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
to
when they had a
sent
white-
back, that probably cost a lot of money to ship.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, they had John Wayne play Genghis Kong was Mongolian or whatever. Yeah, that's just not gonna work. True Grit, Big Jack.
I'm still
Shit.
letting off fireworks.
It's almost midnight here, and they're still going. But no, it's because of that. And you ever the story about the script that John Wayne threw in the water? They were trying to get him to work with Clint, and he didn't like Clint. Supposedly, one of his sons had a script, and they wanted a fishing thing, and he presented it to his dad.
Probably a big dick contest because they each wanted to be the big cowboy guy in Hollywood.
Also, Clint's style of Western was different than what John Wayne's was. Anyways, I guess the story goes he presented it to his dad, and then this thing, I guess the idea was that John would play this older gunfight or whatever and have to help this younger one, played by Clint, and John's reaction to the script was to take it and throw in the water. Yeah, that's ultimately how John went. But it was, a lot of those for Western games. There's Gun and some other ones. Now they're talking about the next Red Dead. Some people are saying that it's not going to really be a Western game anymore. If they do 3, it's going to keep going. It might be like some mafioso type thing. Some want them to do because Red Dead 2 is a prequel to Red Dead. Some are talking, do a prequel to Red Dead Redemption 2. I'll follow Jake. They're like, if they go with the whole mafia thing,
If they do that, they might as well change the name.
it's not gonna be a Western. That's what they did with Saints Row. When they fucked Saints Row over. It would be for me this fun comical open world crime game where you went around shooting people, stealing cars, to now you're fighting aliens in virtual reality with superpowers, and you're going to hell and fighting the devil. And then they did the remake, and everyone went.
It suck, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm replaying it, and it's like that was replaying the older Saints Row games, and it's like Saints Row the Third, love it. Saints Row 4, ugh. Saints Row Get Out of Hell, ugh. Mages of Mayhem, ugh. And now I'm like, let's give the remake another chance. I'll be fair. I'll be nice and fair. Now they're talking about another Dead Island game. Supposedly it won't be in America. It might be back in Australia.
Good night, Mike.
Well, I'm going to wrap this up because I got to go to the bathroom, and I might want to play a little bit of video games. I still need to stream a video game. I don't know what. I have Cody. It's and now
That's
Cody Dead Island 2. They added Game Plus to it, Cody. Because before New Game Plus, before if you beat the game, you couldn't start a new game with all your items and levels. Now they've added New Game Plus, which people love New Game Plus, by the way, because they want to be able to start a new game with all the levels and items, not have to start from scratch. Let's say you got to be like, it's best to finish the game on level 30. And good God. That game is a pain in the ass. Maybe I should re-download that. Although, if what I'm hearing about GTA 6, if I get it, I might have to spend the money. I'm already trying to save up for a new computer. I might have to save up for a new memory card for my.
This would be file.
Shit, I've heard anywhere from 200 gigabytes to 250 to 300 gigabytes. Christ.
I got another question. Was there headphones and shit for PS3? Because I'm not noticing any ports on the system or in the controller.
If you stream, I would figure so.
Because on my PS4 controller is like a little jack, but there's nothing like that on my PS3 controller.
They use USB and Bluetooth. I just looked it up.
Okay, so I would need like a Bluetooth set of headphones and sync them to the system.
Yeah, or a headset that comes with a USB jack.
Okay, I don't know where the USB jacks are because I didn't notice them on the system, but they must be there somewhere.
If they're not in the front, they're in the back. Let's see.
PS4 controller will work on PS3, but not headset. Okay, so I could use a PS4 controller and plug like a pair of headphones
they're all on
jack
the,
into it.
Yeah, apparently they are on the phone. Yeah, they do make adapters. I used to have. Oh shit! What happened to them? Once upon a time, I actually had a jack.
You guys are smart, so if you can use PS4 controller for PS3, I'll have to try that because I cannot find a damn charging cord for my PS3 controller. It's like it's a completely different wire than the other controller. So what the fuck?
Shit!
I've tried to plug every wire I have into the PS3 controllers and it won't fit.
I lost my cord, so I use the happens to be the cord from the charge of my phone. It's the same cord I can use to charge the remote.
Yeah.
The controller, so. Yeah. Good old PS3.
Thanks, Cody. I'll have to do that because I like the feeling of my PS4 controller, and because the PS3 controller I found feels small and weird.
Because they started adding all this shit to it.
Yeah.
You know, they used to bust people who were fake live streaming. Because there'd be people who'd be playing their games with a PlayStation, and you know they caught them faking the live streaming. PlayStation, I think it's the PS4, the PS5. The remote lights up, and these people will try to act like they're live streaming, playing a game live on camera. Remote wasn't lighting up. There's a lot of second-party controls. There used to be a store I used to go to called Factory to You, or For You, something like that. Nice little store, discount clothes.
Sounds like a thunderstorm. What the fuck was that? That was some weird fireworks.
One. God,
Jesus Christ, Root 1.
Yes. But yeah, they started adding
Now the old man is snoring, whistling and shit.
Oh my God. And so I've had to replace controllers because some of them. You guys done outside? Because some of them you got to press down on one of the little joysticks to run, and all that pressing after a while fucks them up. So I'd be trying to do something, and my character's running and moving without me controlling it. What dog, Cody? I ain't got a dog. I got a cat. Sugar died a few months ago. Man, I kind of, looking at some of these old games, there's a lot I would like to play that you can't play. Deadpool. I wanted to play Deadpool, so I went to go look that game up. You can't download it unless you've already downloaded it. You have to get a physical copy, whatever. It went over like $100. Someone went over $160 for that game. Like, holy shit. Want to play that? The old Backyard Wrestling ICP ones they did would be fun. Big fan of the Xenosaga games. A lot of good old games out there. I wish they would come back. But anyways, I'm going to go. Thanks for joining, Bones. I'm still trying to figure out what zombie movie to pick for my zombie channel so I can live stream on my zombie channel. So, you guys take care.
Peace out, motherfuckers.